Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Andri and welcome to Vlogtober. So today for Vlogtober I thought I would do a Q&A. So thank you for your questions. I have quite a few questions, so I'll probably do another one if I don't manage to do them all in this video, but it fills up the gaps in Vlogtober, people. Anyway, sit back. No, you don't even have to sit. Get on with your housework or whatever you need to do. Put your AirPods in and just, you can listen to me answering your questions. Cheers, by the way. Okay, I'm going to start off with some questions that I got from Terry. So her first question is, you live on an island, why have we never seen you on water in Scotland? Oh my goodness, we have some beautiful, beautiful waters in Scotland. We have Loch Lomond, people, because Rico and I have we've just turned into old farts, basically lazy old farts. We used to go everywhere when the boys were young. We've kind of travelled round when the boys were young. We took them everywhere. We would go to all these beautiful different places. Oh, Duck Bay Marina. Actually, I did show in February when we went to Cameron House, didn't I? That was when we stopped at Duck Bay Marina. There are some beautiful places. It's just, we've kind of, we used to do it, we just really don't do it these days. We just, I don't know, I was going to say we're really busy, but you know, that's just an excuse. It's just making the time to do these things. So question number 2 is, do you ever visit botanical gardens? No, we haven't. Every time I go to Glasgow, when I go to my church in Glasgow, to our Greek Orthodox church, we actually pass them, and I've never ever been. Again, no excuse for it. She says, in Minnesota there are several places for day trips. Are there places in Scotland? Well, we have castles and there's so many places to visit, honestly. There are so many beautiful places, and I keep meaning to take you to these places, but I just haven't done it. I have no excuse for it. She says, most of my sweaters are cashmere and made in Scotland. Are your sweaters for export only? No, we can get them here. I just haven't invested in them, which I plan to do. I plan to start adding some lovely cashmere sweaters to my collection. So yeah, some homegrown ones. We in the USA like wool from Loro Piana and leather from Italy. Are they available in the UK? I'm sure they are. I mean, you can get everything online now, but yeah, I've never bought anything from Loro Piana, but yeah, leather from Italy, yes. Do you have plays in Scotland? Yes, we do. Have you ever been to Wales or Ireland? No, I haven't. Do you ever go to Liberty House or Selfridges? I've been to Selfridges. I've never been to Liberty. I have never ever been to Liberty. I tend to go to Harrods, but I really would love to go to Liberty in London. When I was in London, I went to a play. It was fab. Do you ever do an overnight in London? I haven't. I used to live in London. I was born in London. I was down at the West End all the time. My dad's shop was down at the West End. So my school, my primary school, was in the West End. Because we go to Milton Keynes, I don't have the need to do an overnight because I can just catch the train from Milton Keynes and go into London for the day. But it's a thought. I might do that with Rico, actually, do an overnight in London and do a play. It's another thing I would like to do, yes, but it's honestly, it's terrible that we don't make the time to do these things, and it's just terrible. That's the truth. We should make more time to do these things. Do you have any fish and chip shops? We have the best fish and chip shops. The best. In Scotland, it's the Italians that are very known for their fish and chip shops. So yeah, we have the best fish and chip shops. It's just not a thing I tend to eat a lot of these days, but as a rare treat, yes. Okay, so that was the questions from Terry. So let's get on to the rest of the questions. I'm going to start the questions from like the last one that came in and work my way through them. So this comes from Smurfy, and the question is, as Rico is such an amazing chef, how does your cooking compare, and does Rico enjoy the food you cook when you do? How does my food compare to Rico's? We cook very, very, very differently. Very differently. He is like, oh, even this morning I was making scones and he says, I'll just leave you to it. No, he couldn't. He couldn't. Before I knew it, he was washing his hands and he was like, honestly, he finds it really hard not to say, because he is set in his way, the way he does his things, and I'm set in my way, and I do them the way my mum did them. Because you know what they say? They say your mum's cooking is the best, because that's what you've been brought up with. It's your mum's cooking. So it always, anyway, I tend to do things the way my mum did them. And Rico does them in a restaurant fashioned way, you know, that way. Greek recipes he has learnt from me, if I had to be honest. I just don't attempt any of his recipes, so we're very different in our cooking. And yes, he absolutely loves it when I cook, which is very, very rare. Like, you know, I'll do like the pea casseroles, you know, like things like that. I mean, he made the koftedes yesterday. That is something that I would have done. He does lovely macaroni in the oven, macaroni do forno or pasticcio now, because I've taught him how to do it my way. And he makes the absolutely best bechamel sauce ever. Next question comes from Jules. Hi Jules, and she says, loved watching what you bought. Did you used to go to the panto when your boys were small, or did you start this tradition when the grandkids came along? Wonderful memories. No, we always took the boys to panto, always from when they were small. Up here in Scotland, the boys always went with the school anyway. It was the thing that the school would always take them to panto. But yeah, we always took them as well. Sometimes it would be for their birthdays as well, so we would take their friends as well, because George is born on Hogmanay and Luke is born November the 29th. 8th? 9th? 8th? 9th? 29th. Is that bad? That's bad, isn't it, people? That's really bad. Oh my god, I might have to edit that bit out, because if he sees that, he is gonna crucify me. It's 29th. It's definitely the 29th. I can't believe that. Okay. People. People. How can a mother forget that? Dearie me. Oh man. Do you know, for years and years and years and years and years, Rico would mix up my birthday, my date of birth and Costa's date of birth. For years, when he would be filling in my details in a form or something, he would always put in Costa's date of birth, because he's the 21st of February and I'm the 25th of February. So, yeah. Anyway, back to your question, Jules. Yes, we always, it was the thing we've always done, and then started doing it again when the grandchildren came along. But we did it until the boys got to a certain age, you know. Okay, next question comes from the end of the world as we know it. I think that is because, see, when you see the handle, you can't see the actual ending of the handle. So I'm assuming that's what the whole handle says. Okay, it says, Andri, I am curious to know your thoughts on lab-grown diamonds. I personally can't get behind them. I prefer natural, even though they cost more. Do you think lab-grown diamonds are the new luxury? Interesting, interesting, interesting question. I've never seen a lab-grown diamond, so I don't know what it looks like. But apparently they look as good as the real diamonds. I don't know the value of them. I haven't actually looked into it. Hold on till I do a quick Google. Okay, I googled it very, very quickly. I had a quick scan over, and it's so interesting. As I was reading that there, I was thinking, oh, this might be a good video on just a standalone video. I might just do that because it really does get interesting. Okay, the value difference, a lab grown diamond is up to 75% cheaper than an identical mined diamond at the time of writing. Okay, so that's really interesting. So there's a big price difference. Also, I was reading here, like a real diamond, see, we're saying a real diamond, a natural diamond. Naturally mined diamonds are formed over millions of years as a result of intense heat and pressure, which causes carbon atoms to crystallize and turn into diamonds. Lab made diamonds are grown from carbon just like natural diamonds, but the difference is they are created in a lab at a much faster process, typically 2 to 3 weeks. Wow. But apparently you can tell the difference. Look, nobody's going to do this, but one way of telling the difference is if you cut a diamond in half, you'd be able to see, because there's like you know, like on a tree, you can tell the age of the tree, and it's got all the, you know, when you cut it, and yeah, right. You can Google all of that and it will tell you of that. It's really interesting. Okay, but what was the question? What do I think? Okay, after reading that, for me, like, honestly, like, supposing Rico's going to propose to me, I'd want a real, well, which you not supposed, because obviously Rico has proposed to me, I'd want a real diamond. You know, I suppose as a dress ring it would be alright, but for me, yeah, 75% cheaper. It's 75%. No, for me, like, don't propose to me with a lab grown diamond. Are people going to come for me now for saying that? People, you do what you can, and you do, honestly, at the end, if you can afford it, you know, you can afford it. I mean, yeah, my diamonds are all old. This is actually an antique diamond, so this is very old, very old. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. My choice would be like the real thing. That would be my choice, but if I couldn't afford it, then why not, I suppose, you know. Right, so I hope that answers the question, but I think that would make a nice stand-alone video, because I got into reading all of that. Okay, let's get back onto another question. This comes from Ginny Powell, I think that's how you say it. Okay, Andri, can I ask how often you tighten the screws on your love bangle? Thank you for another vlog. Looking forward to Vlogtober, which we are already doing. Okay, how often? I am the world's worst for tightening my love bangle. I rarely do it. I could probably count on one hand the times that I have tightened, my bracelets are all tangled up now, that I have tightened my love bangle. In fact, at New Year there, for the first time ever, it came apart, and it was Ruth. Ruth said to me, I was talking away, and she said, well, something's not right with your bangle, and I looked at it and it actually come apart on one of the screws. I was like, oh my goodness, because I really tighten it, which is really bad. So I feel like this one now, when you feel it, I feel that could probably do with a wee tighten. shall we see if it does actually need a little bit of tightening, because it feels a bit bumpy. I used to have, no, it's tight enough. And then the other one, let's try that one as we're doing it. No, they're both tight. Oh god. Anyway, I used to always keep sellotape on that because that was what the sales advisor had said to me at the time, to stop me scratching the bracelet. But my bracelet's full of scratches now, so it doesn't really matter. But they were tight, so not very often. But I've heard of people that have to tighten them all the time. I would say they must be faulty if you're needing to tighten them all the time. My bracelet has never ever been off my wrist from the moment I bought it. Never been off. So hope that answers your question. Thank you very much for the question. Okay, Jules Quinn, looking forward to the everyday jewellery video. Necklace, bracelets, earrings, etc. You have some lovely pieces. Okay, so this was on one of the vlogs. Somebody had asked me to show my everyday jewellery. This is my everyday jewellery except for my VCA, my Van Cleef and Arpels. I don't wear that every day because I can't wear it every day. If I could, I would. But because it is mother of pearl, it is very delicate, so I cannot wear it, and you'll only see me wearing that if I'm going out or when I'm not working out, which is on a Sunday. So yeah, you can't wear it in the shower, you can't, you have to be really careful of that. You can't really get it wet, apparently. Anyway, so my everyday jewellery is my Cartier Love Bangle, my diamond tennis bracelet, my Cartier Justin Clue, my Apple Watch, and more recently I tend to change the bangle that I wear here, but I've had that on, I keep that on all the time now. That was one of my mum's gold bracelets, which I keep. I've been wearing that all the time, I haven't taken that off. And then I have my Tiffany diamonds from the yard right there, and my diamond cross right there, which Rico bought me. And then my earrings. Oh, I'm a nightmare with earrings. I've lost so many good earrings. Even more recently I've lost my Dior earring. They're not expensive earrings in my ears. It's just these are from TK Maxx, and they're not really. I've given up on expensive earrings because I lose them. I get upset when I lose them. So yeah, that's that. And I have and I have my belly bar as well. And in the summertime I wear an anklet, which tends to change, but that's everyday jewellery as well. That'll soon be coming off when I start wearing tights. So yeah, thank you very much for your question. Next question comes from Vicky Robertson. Hi Vicky. Victoria used to work for us in the kitchen. She was one of Rico's commies, and she asks, Andri, question for the cruise. What company are you sailing with and what ship are you on? I am on the yiayia in 2025 for a Mediterranean cruise. I think I've said that. yiayia, A-R-V-I-A. What company? I don't know. Rico's booked it all. I don't know what company it is, but the ship is a new ship. It is amazing. It is the Celebrity Ascent that we are cruising with. We are cruising the Caribbean. So yeah, the end of the world as we know it. I have a fun question for you. Cyprus is such a beautiful place. What amazing heritage to have. I don't know if you have ever answered this before, but would you ever consider moving to Cyprus? I love warm weather, so I know I would, but I'm sure you are attached to Scotland. Okay, I have been asked this question before, and my answer is still the same. No, I wouldn't move to Cyprus. It's not for me. I have my life here. I enjoy my life here, and I find, I suppose I could adapt, and I could get used to the way of life over there and all of that, but it's not for me. It's not for me. It's nice for a holiday. I love that I've got the house there, the property there, I've got lots of land there. I love that I have all of that there, but my home is here. This is where I feel at home. I honestly do. And yeah, so no, it's not somewhere I ever see myself living. Although my mum and dad retired back to Cyprus, I don't see myself doing it. But you know what they say, people, never ever say never. So who knows what the future holds for any of us. And I think this is the last question. So this comes from Maria, and she says, what hours do you do on intermittent fasting? Are you trying to lose weight, or are you maintenance? Do you eat 2 meals? Could you do a video on what you eat a day? Thank you. By the way, you're gorgeous without any makeup. She wouldn't be saying that if she saw the recent vlogs that I've put up. Okay. What hours do you do your intermittent fasting? So I started off doing 16-8. I'm now trying to do a 20-hour fast. I probably, more often than not, I do an 18-hour more often. So on my app, the Zero app, I have it set on 18 hours, and if I go to 20 hours, that's a bonus. So that's the amount of hours I'm fasting for. Are you trying to lose weight, or are you maintenance? No, I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm on maintenance. But on maintenance, I don't watch what I eat, in the sense I don't calorie count. I eat what I want, but you know, I try and avoid anything with added sugars. I avoid anything processed. I try and keep my carbs low during the week. She says today, after eating bread and baking scones and cinnamon twirls. But that's very, very, very rare for me. Do you eat 2 meals? Yes, I break my fast normally at lunchtime with yogurt, berries and nuts, and then I have my dinner, and if I get hungry I'll snack on nuts or cheese or something like that, but more often than not it's only 2 meals that I have. Could you do a video on what you eat a day? I think I've done a couple of them, have I not? It's really, what I eat a day is really quite boring, and I show in the vlogs my dinners. So, and honestly, during the week, every day, it is yogurt, berries, nuts, peanut butter. That's how I break my fast. And then whatever we're gonna have for dinner, and normally we'll have salmon done in the air fryer one day, and it's really quite simple food during the week. You know, Rico might make a curry, or we might have a chili, or might just roast some chicken thighs, something like that. At the weekend, I tend to kind of let the reins loosen a wee bit, and yeah, but I still try and avoid things like potatoes and things like that. I try and avoid things like that. So that's my questions. If you have any more questions, down in the comments, please. Thank you very much again to all of you for your amazing questions. And yeah, as always, if you would like to see any more videos from me, I shall link one here. I shall place an A right here for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in one of them. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. Bye.